Here we go with another edition of Snap Tackle. But smile, Dion. We're round two. There we go.
Yes, we are. It's fantastic.
Dion's in his Xfinity Preps KC studios. I'm here overlooking, Union Station, downtown Kansas City. So, such a gorgeous view here at KSHV 41.
Yes.
In our Zoom room here, as we record this, looking ahead to the second week of the postseason.
Is that the top of the Liberty Memorial? That's where you guys do your Zooms from? Is that what it is?
That's it.
Looking down into
exactly where we're at. Don't pay attention like the wall right over here. Like that. All right, it's all legit. It's not smoke and mirrors at all on TV, okay? It's all true. It's all true. How you doing?
Pretty good. Here another Wednesday, and we tried to do it Wednesday mornings, and the schedule's getting away. We're now here on Wednesday evening. And you got games on Thursday.
We need to hurry and get this turned around because we have games on Thursday.
Yeah, we got to get this out because people, that's like my radio show. It's going up. If you're listening to it at 4:00 on ESPN Kansas City, there's going to be some things that have happened already by the time you get to that. So it'll be on my podcast page along with this, up early along with the podcast with the coaches who are playing tomorrow night. So yeah, the weather that was expected to kind of deluge as we record this right now, looks like it might be out of the area by 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it just may be cold and windy at that point.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Let's look back first on a pretty good weekend of first round football. All things considered in Kansas, Missouri. Before we get into any games, I want to say I saw Mill Valley and Harmon play last week. I just want to give a shout out to the Hawks, man. That group of guys loved to play football, and they loved being out there. Before the game, we had our music playing and everything. They're dancing, having a good time, going through all their drills. During the game, they're chanting on the sidelines. They're celebrating those little wins, a tough 3-4 yard gain, a big tackle, special teams play, all that stuff. After the game, they gathered at midfield and were talking with their coach and chanting and smiling and having a good time because what they got through a high school football season. It's a grind, right? No matter what the record is, it is a grind. Try getting up for a Tuesday practice in October, right? Okay. Whether you're 9-0 or 0-9, it's an accomplishment to get through a high school football season. So I was kind of proud of those guys. It was another tough loss, but whatever. They celebrated it. They had so many of their parents were taking videos of them walking off, and a lot of them, I'm sure, seniors walking off the field for the very last time, celebrating getting through a season. Look, I know they've got some negative press or some press that was, I guess, intended to defend them. But what I've gleaned over those last couple of weeks is they didn't need defending. They didn't want it.
No.
They're football players, they love to play. And you know what we heard in all last week is like, oh, why are they playing this game? Why are they playing this game? And you and I debated, okay, what's the value of this round and all that? I learned the answer. Why are they playing this game? Because Harmon wanted to. They wanted to play football, right? And those guys love football. It was crazy, Dion. I counted up. They had 21 players carry the ball. Like literally, like half their team carried the ball. They had a number 99 carry the ball, number 68, number 50. They just lined guys up, got them a carry in a great environment in the high school playoff game. I thought it was really cool and was proud of them for showing up, playing hard, and loving football.
To go back a week, Coach Walms went out to the Rockers Park Hill game last week, and he said he was talking to some of the Rockers people who talked to some of the Harmon kids after the game, and they said that they were just thrilled to be able to play at Rockhurst and be a part of it. And after the game, he said that the Rockers people said the Harmon kids were as good because it was really just like a really brotherhood type atmosphere between the Rockhurst and Harmon kids, and they really enjoyed it. And the Rockhurst kids embraced it, and the Harmon kids embraced it and enjoyed that night. And that's what it's about. We talk about championships and all that kind of stuff, but that's what it's about. It's high school football. It's supposed to be fun. It's a fun game. Damn it. That's
absolutely, and I agree wholeheartedly. I think I love my kids have got rings. It's such a special thing and memories for a lifetime. I love it. I love trophies and playing for stuff. It's important and all that. But 10 years down the road, those Harmon stories from those kids, they're not going to be much different from the Mill Valley stories, right?
Yes.
They'll be talking about the time so-and-so fell asleep on the bus, or like, the time, this or that happened in the locker room, just kind of the brotherhood and the bond and all that stuff. Those are always the stories that you carry with you, and always the things that help build you. They really do more than the wins and losses.
Yeah, and I think the one thing we talked about last week is the only difference that we would make in the playoffs is let them play maybe Turner and say one of those teams could have a shot at getting a win
Almost
last
like
week.
the NCAA does kind of with those 16 seeds and, playing type games. So it was good. And shout out to Joel Appleby and Kelly Donahoe for it's a tough situation for them, right? Managing, strike the balance between, okay, getting guys ready and getting your some reps, but also being good sports. And they struck the balance perfectly both times. And it was cool. I mean, Mill Valley fans cheering for first downs for Harmon. And no, it was a great high school atmosphere, and I just wanted to shout out the Harmon Hawks. A lot of good
Keith O'Neill, their coach,
players that love playing football last week.
Keith O'Neill, their coach and their AD have done a fantastic job rebuilding that program basically from nothing because they didn't really play for 2 years.
All right, let's get to it. Last week on the Missouri side, I guess we go to the Park Hill district, right? Park Hill and Park Hill South going on the road, and you call them coin flip games, but you know more than most of us, Dion. I think a lot of people thought Staley and Rockhurst would roll in those games.
I knew they'd be close. I really like Park Hill South's chances because they were playing so well right now, and they were, and Park Hill had just been snake bitten, and they bid in games and come up short and given up a lot of points. But this time they were able to get those last few points on the board and make the interception there at the end. And Kendrick Bell had another huge night for Park Hill in a back and forth game. And and from what Coach Walms was telling me, Rock's a year away. Their athletes still need to grow up a little bit. And he goes, there were a ton of juniors. That team will be pretty good next year. But then at Park Hill South and Staley. Staley's a young team too. And they had maybe not overachieved, but maybe arrived a little sooner than some had thought with their 7-2 record. But it's tough to beat a team 2 times in one season. There's no doubt in that. And Park Hill South, Briggs Bartosh. You want to talk Simone? Talk two Simone guys, Kendrick Bell and Briggs Bartosh.
He was a guy coming into the season, but then maybe kind of got lost in the shuffle with some other good seasons by some other players. But he's a heck of a player.
Well, and he started out as a tailback, and then he did much like his sophomore year. He slid over to quarterback. He's been healthy all year long. He had 6 touchdowns last week, 5 rushing,
amazing,
or 5 was it 5? Yeah, 5 throwing and 1 rushing. So he's a dual threat guy. We know what Kendrick Bell's been doing all season long, and those 2 teams will play in one semifinal. Blue Springs South and Liberty North will play in the other. And Blue Springs South and Liberty North have been playing as well as anybody down the last stretch. The last team to beat Blue Springs South was Liberty North, and they beat them quite easily. It was 28-0 in the first quarter.
But it's cool. I was going to bring up the Jaguars next. Blue Springs South. They're not. It's not just a good little feel-good story, right? Bouncing back from, was it a winless season? One.
Yeah, they were 0-10 last year, and 1-9 the year before.
Yeah,
they won 4 games.
They've gone past the Cinderella part. They're now into that's a good team part of the story.
Yeah, they are, and I think they're on the outside looking in with Liberty North, but you got to play the game. I mean, they get a second shot at them, so the wonder is off of that. But Liberty North's a really good football team. I kind of was talking with some coaches today in Class 6. I think, and we can jump over to the other district with Ray Peck beating Joplin and Lee Summit West, who is not a very good team, beating Springfield Kickapoo. Not very good wins wise. I think like 2 wins.
Right.
That if you wanted to go and head rank teams at the end of the season, it might, if my ballot might be CBC and 9 Kansas City teams.
Right.
Legitimately. Because even if you look at a team like Lee Summit, that's a pretty good football team. And they beat Staley early on. I mean, Staley's a good football team. Ray Peck decided to play enough defense to get a win, and they'll find out this week when they play Nixon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to this week. I'm raring to go here. We'll start with your Remax Big 3 games of the week, and we'll start on the Missouri side. You've got, I believe, Platte County and Oak Park in a rematch, Dion.
Yes. All the games in Class 5. We have 3 Class 5 Big 3 games this week. All of them are rematches from earlier in the season. The Big 3, and then you throw in Raytown South as the 4th game. That's always a rematch because they play every year. And so all these games are rematches. Platte County, Oak Park. Oak Park was, playing really well, and Platte County had yet to kind of get things going when they played the first time around. It's tough to play a Platte County team twice in one season. And it's going to be interesting. Now, Oak Park's a good football team, and they run the ball, and they are tough defensively. They're big and physical on the offensive line. Coach Judes told me, he goes, they're bigger than us on the offensive line. We've got to figure out a way to win that offensive line.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to be on the Missouri side. Staying on the Missouri side, you've got, North Kansas City at Fort Osage. Why'd you pick this one?
the other side of that bracket, just another great rematch here. Fort won 25-14 the first time around. They are playing as well as anybody. They look like the team that I think a lot of people thought started the season where they were ranked as high as 2 or 3 in the state, a team that could win a state championship. North Kansas City got their offense going a little bit last week against the St. Joe Central team, won 34-28 in overtime. If they can get some offense, they're a dangerous team. That's where their struggles have been all season, is maintaining that offensive edge. And that's if they can, this will be a really good football game. If not, they could find themselves down, a couple touchdowns again.
Yeah. Staying in Class 5, you've got Green Valley and Belton. Man, Green Valley rolled over Belton the first time around. Could it be different this one?
I think so. Geo Mack, the quarterback from Belton, finally got on the field a couple weeks ago for the first time. They're getting healthy at Belton. Coach Vaughn was saying that they were playing a third-string freshman Mike linebacker when they played Green Valley. So they were really just all over the place and they built some depth now with that, but they're more back to the team they were. We saw them take Kearney to the limits a couple weeks ago in the last week of the season. So I think this is a definitely Green Valley's the favorite. They like Fort Osage from about week 3 on, have been dominant, but Belton is ready to show a little better than they did first time around. So there's a lot of motivation there, and two teams know each other, respect each other, and have played a lot in the regular season the last few years. So it's the playoffs, and it's going to be tough to get those wins.
Yeah. Switch over to Kansas now. I like this one on the Kansas side. It's going to be the Spectrum Sports Game of the Week on Thursday now.
Thursday night.
Was it always Thursday? No, it wasn't.
It was a Friday.
From Friday to Thursday. It's Blue Valley at Olathe West. I mean, watch out. Over under on this game might be 100 points.
Well, we were talking to Terrell. I go, you guys are combined for 100. He goes, are we going to give up 100? Well, I hope not. I said, no, combined for 100. He goes, well, I know they can put 50. He goes, I don't know if we can put 50. So no, Olathe West has been just outstanding offensively, but they can give up some points.
Oh yeah,
they can get some shootouts. So John Price and that the Blue Valley offenses look better. They had the kid that stepped in, the senior who stepped in and played running back for them when Price went down a couple weeks ago, threw the game-winning pass against. So they've got good depth. They've got 2 good tailbacks now who are ready to roll. And so that's really going to be their best chance to kind of keep that Olathe West offense off the field. But Mason McGavern, they can score from anywhere, and they usually do it running the ball. They break open big, long runs all the time. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to watching that on Thursday night.
All right, that's in 6A. Down in 5A, you have Bishop Miege and Eudora, and you might think, okay, it's just a private school where they're going to run through 4A. But Eudora made this one close last year, Dion.
Yeah.
I know Miege is better, but
Eudora's better.
They got their attention last year.
Yeah, and Eudora's better too. And these two teams, the question on this is, and Eudora, I think, because the one thing that Miege has is the depth. They don't have a lot of guys going both ways. Is how does Eudora do with that in the third and fourth quarter? That's where Miege and St. James and Aquinas generally will pull away from the Eudoras and the Lewisburgs. This year, Eudora and Lewisburg are closer to the privates as they've been in a long time. And I think, I remember a few years ago, Paola got to the semifinals against Miege, and they were without their quarterback, and they really had no chance going in to even keep it close. I mean, they were banged up, but I think this Eudora game is very interesting. And it's going to be a fun one. And they've got the athletes at Eudora that can go. They've got some big time athletes. They got Arkansas commit. So it's not just, it's not a Eudora team from years ago. This is Drew Steffen, the new first year coach, has really done a fantastic job with them, picking up where Sean Hayden, who's now assistant principal there, left off. They worked together, and it's still working on this team.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like Eudora always has 1 or 2 D1 athletes every year.
Yeah.
No matter how far they make it to the playoffs, always good athletes out there in Eudora. I kind of stay in that neck of the woods. All right, you had 3 Class 5 games on the Missouri side. You have a 4A, 6A, and now a 5A game on the Kansas side. Spring Hill at DeSoto. What do you make of that one?
A fun game. We talked with Coach King, and they used to play all the time when they were in the Frontier League. They know each other well. Coach Feeback and Coach King are friends, and he goes, they want to run the ball, we want to run the ball. The look on Coach King's face was he's excited about this game because it's a playoff game. They want to go, but they like Spring Hill. They know they're going to get a good game in the competition. It's fun when guys know each other and like each other. The staffs like each other because they want to go compete, and so they have that little chirp on their buddies. But Spring Hill is a younger team this year, just as DeSoto was to start the year. And they've come a long way, especially in the last few weeks.
All right, let's run through the brackets here as we got done with the Remax Big 3 games of the week on both sides of the state, or both sides of the line. Let's go Aquinas and St. James. Aquinas to Lewisburg, St. James to Atchison. These are all road trips for the Catholic schools, but do you see any problem there in the Saints and the Thunder advancing and meeting each other next week?
I'm curious to see the Lewisburg, both those games. I think they're interesting matchups in the sense that Lewisburg is a lot better, and like I said, it's closer to Aquinas in that sense. And then Atchison, this is the best Atchison team they've had in a long time. Their tailback is undefeated. Their tailback is a load, 5'10", 215, 220. See him on film. He is a wrecking ball. So it's going to play right into the strength of St. James. Their defense is their strength and their defensive line. So it's going to be a good matchup there. I think that both those teams will come out of that, but I think that it's going to be a tough physical game for both St. Thomas Aquinas and St. James.
Yeah, St. James and Aquinas would play each other if they got back. I'm curious to see, though, these 4A schools have lived with Miege for a long time, and now St. James for a few years now. They're pulling up their britches here. They're not intimidated anymore by the big boys.
Not at all.
All right, up in 5A, I'm curious. We talked to DeSoto Spring Hill, Sumner Pittsburgh. It's been a nice story for Sumner so far this season. Can it continue against a Pittsburgh team? Might be favored in this game, but it's they play in the southeast part of the state. You never know kind of the competition they're playing.
Yeah, they're a flexbone team, and Sumner hasn't seen that all season, but they've got Antonio Harrison, outstanding back for them, had 422 yards and 7 touchdowns last week in their 47-42 win over Topeka West, and they've got a great identity. And like I said something to Andrew Wright, I said it's not a one-man show, but you've got a man who could put on a show. And he's like, yeah, definitely. He's a guy to keep an eye on. I'd say Sumner's a little undermanned here in this game, but they're hosting a second straight playoff game, and that says a lot about where that program is.
Right. Mill Valley and Blue Valley Southwest hosting Mill Valley hosting Shawnee Heights. Blue Valley Southwest going to Emporia. See those two 5A powers moving on, Blue Valley Southwest and Mill Valley?
I think so. Emporia scored a lot of points last week against Highland Park, but they gave up 64. Yeah. I don't think they're scoring 83 against Blue Valley Southwest, and Blue Valley Southwest can put up points. So Blue Valley Southwest in the right spot of the bracket, and they're doing what they do this time of year. They're taking that EKL experience, and they're really healthy as they've been this time of year. So they're really leaning on that hard.
Yeah. Kansas Class 6A on the east side is wild, man. There's some games I'd go back and forth on. Of the 8 teams left on the east side, man, I can make a case for like 6 of them getting to the state championship game.
Oh, yeah.
Only the North Blue Valley West. I mean, seed-wise, North's the big favorite, but this could go on the wire.
This has been a game a couple years ago when North won the state championship game with Arlen Bruce. West had them on the ropes. Yep. And looked like they were going to get them in the quarterfinal game. And I tell you, West has maybe at times looked not disappointing, but just up and down, I think is a better way to put it. But they're playing really well right now. They handled Shawnee Mission Northwest pretty easily last time. So that's definitely a game that I think is going to be a fun one. That one's staying on Friday night.
Gardner, Edgerton, Blue Valley Northwest also staying on a Friday night. Hey, Gardner Edgerton says, bring the rain, right? We're running the flex ball. We'll run the ball 100% of the time against a good running team, Blue Valley Northwest, but a spread team as well. A little different styles there. I could see both those teams playing on the final Saturday.
I can too. And we know Blue Valley Northwest knows how to get there. And there's something to be said for that. And yep. you know how it is. It being having kids who play at Mill Valley, when you start to do it over and over, kids are dumb. They don't know they're not supposed to be. They're not as good as they were last year.
They don't know they're supposed to stop winning. And,
yes. Teams that win usually win because they think it's what they're expected to do. They cannot play as well in the regular season and say, "Oh, well, it's that time again." Yeah. I guess it's time to start playing. Not that Blue Valley Northwest did that, but I like their DNA. I like Gardner. Jesse Owens done a fantastic job with that program, and they've got a real identity in what they do at Gardner, and that town loves its football, so that's going to be a fun one on Friday night.
And then a sneaky great game here I just really like is Olathe South and Olathe Northwest. That was always going to be on a Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
So that's on Thursday as well. The Ravens are made the quietest 6-3 team in the city. We never talk about them, but they're 6-3. They got a couple good wins on the season. Tough loss to Olathe South earlier in the year, but that was on September 16th. I think that's
a lifetime ago. It's a lifetime ago. No, and their new
And
coach,
South,
Lauren Clark.
they got by Blue Valley North, but it was close.
The one thing that Northwest has done, and Coach Hafner that was there before, he did a good job, and Lauren Clark took over for him, who's on staff, and they've continued to do, is when you want to be a good program, you got to beat the teams you should beat.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you got to do. And play tough with the teams that are equal to you. And, they played tough with Olathe West and lost. First week of the season, they got blown out by Mill Valley. They beat Free State, which is at the time maybe didn't look like a great win, but it was very good going down. And they took care of Olathe East, Shawnee Mission East, Shawnee Mission West, Shawnee Mission North, and then Wyandotte last week. So, and blowout scores, not like just getting by those teams. So that's really says a lot about their ability to take care of what they need to take care of. Now's the big step. Here's an Olathe South team that's been good and has won a lot of games, just like you. I mean, they won a lot of games too. But now you take a little step up. Yeah, you take a little step up, and hats off to that coaching staff for what they've done there at Olathe. All the Olathe schools are pretty good. We haven't talked about Olathe East very much this year, but that's a pretty solid football team too, and even though they're done already.
Agreed. Hey, over in the big class in Missouri, let's take a look at some of these matchups here. We talked briefly about Liberty North, Blue Springs South. I mean, when was there a bigger game in the Park Hill School District than this one here in the second round of the playoffs, Park Hill South and Park Hill?
Yeah, they played last year, but I think this year it's even better because.
Was it in this round last year?
Yeah, it was in this round last year.
Well, then last year is the answer to my question.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think it's bigger this year because last year Park Hill South was kind of out there by themselves. They were the 1 seed. This year it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
There was a 7-point game back and forth the first time around. They both pulled upsets to get there. I think last year was chalk to get there. So that says a lot right there. I think that's what builds that anticipation, especially with the regular season game, which last year when they played in the playoffs, they hadn't played in a couple years, and it was kind of new again for you think about it. If you don't play a team for 3 years, that's almost a whole high school class that goes through and doesn't understand what that's about. So this is what it's about for them, and doing really good things there. And no, I think it's going to be a really good game.
What about the bottom side of that bracket? At least some in North's got some landmines to get through to get back to the state championship game.
Well, they get at least on West again, and then possibly Nixa if Ray-Pec doesn't knock them off. I got a feeling Ray-Pec's going to knock them off. I
could definitely.
I'm going to go so far as to say, much like Joplin the week before, Nixa hasn't seen receivers like they're going to see in Jaden Doss and Jaden Riddell.
Probably not. No, I don't think. Yeah, there aren't many teams out there that have seen those receivers.
There aren't many D1
unless you're playing like teams. Houston or Miami.
No, you're not going to see those type of receivers. And if Ray-Pec can get up and keep the stagger going, yes, their defense is challenged. They are going to give up some points. But I think that's another team that's DNA has been make deep runs in the playoffs the last 3-4 years. And so that's what they're used to doing. And I think these kids they turned it on last week. And I think now they have embraced the underdog role, and they are loving it.
Yeah. Over Missouri Class 5, I feel like we've broken down all
pretty
much
everything
minus – we have Raytown and Raytown South. Speaking of rivalry games, we'll have that on a Friday as well.
Yeah, and Raytown South, I think that was their first home playoff game since 2016 last week, and it may be and it may be their first. Well, definitely their first playoff game and first playoff win in that game when they beat Van Horn back in 2016. Ironically, the first season of William Harris when he was at Van Horn, who's now the coach at Raytown South. You're starting to see Raytown South get turned around. Their defense is playing really well. Raytown's a pretty solid football team. They've Nate Whitebear, their quarterback's really good. Logan Reichert is outstanding tackle for them. They've got some weapons. So that's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. Raytown won that pretty easily the first time around, but second time around is always tougher.
Stepping down to Class 4 here in Missouri, I learned something last week, Dion. Is it a rule, I guess, in Missouri, if you get forfeit, it's a 13-0 victory?
Yes, it is 13-0 if you forfeit.
I guess I see that for the regular season in that, like, it helps for points, or I don't know if 13 even matters as much at Missouri anymore, but has that always been the case?
Yeah, it's always been I think it's when they went to the point system, it was 13.
Okay.
And so they just stays as
about 2 or whatever. But I saw the score, I'm like, man, East hung with Smithville, but now they forfeited and Smithville moved on. They're taking on Van Horn team. Speaking of sneaky teams that had nice seasons, Van Horn's one of those. And then kind of on the top side of that bracket, it's Kearney taking on Excelsior Springs.
Yeah, and I think Excelsior Springs is a solid football team. They just played in a conference that was suburban blue
Yeah.
with teams like Grandview, Kearney, Smithfield, Raytown South. I mean, all good. When you're talking about you're playing and you're still playing and half your conference is still playing, that's the Bill Oots brought up that Platte County, every team they played on their schedule is still playing with the exception of William Crispin, who they beat and knocked out last week.
Wow.
So that says a lot about your schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think you look at Excelsior the same way. Kearney, man, done everything you can ask them to do. The one game against a Belton team that got their quarterback back and was playing better, they got down and came back the last week of the season. Now they've had a week off. It's trending towards Kearney Smithville again, but both those teams have got to get past what's in front of them before they get there.
All right. So I don't know much about Carl Junction or Nevada. I know how to say Nevada.
Yes.
How to pronounce it correctly. But are we just a matter of a week plus away from a Center Lincoln Prep rematch?
Possibly. Nevada's pretty good. They've been ranked most of the year. And I think having that game at home is huge for Lincoln Prep. Making Nevada travel is big instead of going down to Nevada. I've done a basketball game in Nevada. It's kind of this isolated little town. I mean, not little. It's a good sized town. It's a Class 4 town. But
I've stopped off at like a gas station there on the way down to the river to float. But yeah, I've never been doing a sporting.
That's Nevada. It's they had a big old barn gym. It's been 20 years ago when I did that. But no, it's they're a pretty good football team. So Lincoln Prep's gonna be challenged. I think Center takes care of Carl Junction. I'd like to hope that we get a Lincoln Prep Center rematch. I think Center's definitely the class of that district, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm looking through Class 3 here. Oak Grove, Pleasant Hill coming up. You have University Academy and Odessa. What are the better teams in the area out of Class 3 you like?
I think Pleasant Hill's definitely been in that area right there, been the best team. They only have the one loss to Center. And Oak Grove is a young team and is taking their lumps, but they handled their business. They took care of Northeast last week to get there, but Pleasant Hill handled them pretty easily in the regular season. Odessa quietly is playing good football, and University Academy's been pretty good all season. Got those 2 losses there late in the season to St. Michael and to Van Horn. So they played some teams that look like Odessa in terms of what they do. So that should help them. And it's Saturday at University Academy, so we'll see how that goes. But I would likely see an Odessa Pleasant Hill district final next week.
East Buck, Mid Buck, we're going to see them play again?
Yes. That being said, North Platte has improved. So Mid Buck's got to take care of their business.
Rolling with the Class 1 punches here. Well done.
Yeah, I mean they are much improved. Coming off of where they hadn't won a game to where they have a winning record. Mid Buck probably should take care of that business. In that bracket right there, the 4 best teams are still playing. That have been playing the last half of the season. Penny, who started off not very good, but had played really well down the stretch against East Buchanan and then Mid Buchanan, North Platte. The other team that's still playing for the KCI, Lawson, knocked off a Trenton team that had been ranked. They're playing Lafayette County in the Class 2 semifinals, and Macon is playing Richmond in the other Class 2 semifinals. One thing we didn't talk about, the other Class 3 bracket is the Midland Empire bracket, which the 4 teams that have been the best teams in the Midland Empire all season long, Maryville, St. Pius, Savannah and Chillicothe, they're right where we thought they'd be. They're going to battle it out and come out of that district. And the winner of that would play the Pleasant Hill district.
I'm sorry, Kansas Class 3A. I ignored you.
Bishop Ward.
Bishop Ward. And is Wellsville? You would count Wellsville or close enough?
Wellsville, they've been kind of in our coverage here, but they're just, I think, on the outside. They play in that Pioneer League.
They're undefeated.
Mike Berg is their coach. He used to be at Baldwin years ago, and Baldwin made the deep semifinal run. He's done a fantastic job coaching there. And so, Wellsville's a pretty good team. Bishop Ward's got Holden. They've done everything you can do. They played.
Wellsville's got Hayden.
And Wellsville has Hayden.
Smaller class powers.
Yeah. So, they're both playing 2 of the best programs in Class 3A. So, that's those are good games for both those schools.
Good deal. All right. Who's some Moni Award guys that could up their stock, you think, this week? I know you're high on Malik Oatis. He's done playing though, and so there can only be guys that can maybe catch up to him on your board.
Well, I think Bartosh and Bell are going head to head. That game will, whoever gets another game out of that, and Sam Van Dyne, Micah Joe Barnett, their tailback, will let his ACL. Not that they don't have another tailback who can run the ball, but they may be a little more pass oriented, and he still has yet to throw an interception.
Yeah,
like 20 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he's definitely, the more games he gets in there and the competition gets tougher, he's going to look good. Stubblefield missed a couple games on the Kansas side. So, but his numbers are still really good. I mean, when you put up 300 yards in a game, you can miss a couple games
Yeah, you're
and still
allowed
have
to.
good counting totals. And definitely as his team goes deep, talk about Mill Valley, Hayden Jay, he had the one bad game and
Mm.
it cost him a win.
Yeah, and just so many other games where he's thrown the ball one time
Yeah.
or three
So, I mean,
times.
it's,
It's just,
you know,
I
that
mean, last week he was out after 3 plays. So
I don't know if he'll make the ballot or even be a Final Four, but Antonio Harrison at Sumner put up close to 2,000 yards and a lot of touchdowns for that team. That's just a name out there that, to keep an
mhm.
eye on. And then, there's some defensive and, offensive line guys, Caden Green from Lee's Summit North, that may sneak onto the ballot, or one of those outstanding defensive ends from North Kansas City, Edric Hill or PJ Adebayo.
It's funny. You barely mentioned which is a couple quarterbacks when you ask about Simone. I mean, there's just it hasn't
Just
been
one
a
of those
huge
years.
quarterback year.
Yeah, it's not a huge quarterback year. Though
Just not on
Bartosh,
the bigger classes.
though Bartosh Bell and Sam Van Dyne might be
Yeah,
three of
no,
the four
I
finalists.
funny. I still think of Bartosh as a running back.
Yeah, no, he's when you talk about best football player, man, he jumps to the forefront.
That
A
look,
totally
that's the
healthy.
definition too of the Simone Award. It's not just like, hey, I mean, when I always vote, I know there's a lot of teams like they're not going to let you play both ways, but I've always admired the guys that play on both sides of the ball, do multiple positions, and are just football players.
Well, the final interception that sealed the game against Rockhurst was pulled in by some guy named Kendrick Bell
There you go.
last week. So as time goes on, you're going to see guys stepping out and doing some things they haven't done if it takes to get them to the next level.
Yeah.
So or the next round. So no, I think those are some names right there. And if you want, the receivers are pretty deep over in the Taylor. The Buchanan is as deep as it is. The Bell is really deep. There's a lot of good defensive players, and the Fontana's pretty deep too. Fontana's got teams with multiple guys, like center. Easton Rowe, the quarterback at Pleasant Hill, Mac Armstrong at Bishop Miege.
Yeah.
Sean Carroll at St. Thomas Aquinas. I mean, the Fontana's pretty deep too. So there's a lot of really good players out there.
All right, quickly here before we go, we want to run down all the games, or at least I do. On the Kansas side, the only Kansas has moved so far, and I think it's probably going to stay that way.
Misha said no, and then not a very
no.
nice way.
Keisha at least said, okay, no after 3 p.m. on Tuesday. So I think what do we have here? Is it 8 or 9? We'll run down. Olathe West, Blue Valley, 6A. That's on a Thursday. Olathe South, Olathe Northwest on a Thursday. DeSoto Spring Hill Thursday. Emporia, Blue Valley Southwest Thursday. Chanute at Piper. No, it's going to be Piper
at Chanute. Yeah.
And then Atchison, St. James, Lewisburg, and St. Thomas Aquinas. Those are all Thursday night games. It's going to kind of break it up between Thursday and Friday. I just talked to Gary Lezak, who says, hey, it could be only a 50% chance of rain by 7 o'clock or less on Friday night.
Maybe a little chilly, a little windy.
Decrease throughout the rest of the night. So that's good news. So hopefully we can get all the rain comes in like midnight on Thursday night and then gets out of here at about 5 o'clock on Friday. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be. And I know that the one that when you split it into 2 nights, that allows for more coverage. I mean, between the two of us, we're going to have a lot more coverage.
And I'm telling a lot more coverage. The way these schools react to lightning and how they have to now, we could see some games bleed into Saturday as well.
Let's hope not. No Saturday. Let's be done. Let's be done by about 9:30 on Friday, so it's all buttoned up before.
There you go. We want to button up and watch KSHP 41, and then check in on PrepsKC.com for all the scores and the articles on the great stuff you guys do over there. All right, that's it. That's all for Dion. I'm Nick. We'll see you next time right here on Snap Tackle Pod.